Oh, say does.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. It's Western Conference versus Eastern Conference here in Dallas, Texas, where the Mavericks will try to protect home court. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. LeBron and Love with the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the center position. First trip to the line for him here.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith, environment is key.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good, Williams.
Okay.
And Williams drops them both. For J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Irving, good.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Williams against Irving. Shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Kicks it out to James. LeBron with another miss.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And there's the feed to Williams. Wide open. On its way from Parsons for two. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Parsons got his first basket. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Irving against Williams. And the shot is good.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into.
Go back and I'm able to.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play. Rarely does he look surprised out there, caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
A lot of times, the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Powell. J.J. Barea is out there with Felton. Then there's Anderson, and he gets the bucket.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Outside jumper. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
Barea kicks to Felton. There's the pick. The shot is off. Cavaliers go the other way with it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Fry, and he uses the glass on the layup. Fry's got his first bucket of the night.
Getting better and better. Got that field goal percentage up in the 60s now.
Clark, they've dialed it in here in the second quarter, playing really well.
Felton can't get it to go. Cleveland leading by 7. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Shumpert, no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Smith against Felton. Out to the right wing. Deep 2 from Anderson. Dallas, no good that time either.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was barely even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just...
And now the third quarter about to get going. Mavericks trail by 7.
And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. As you said, the Mavs just taking it to the Eastern Conference. It's been that way for a long time, it seems. They've really clarked out that number.
Well, under the Mavs' current ownership, they have never had a losing record against the Eastern Conference, Kevin. Beating up the East is why they've been in the playoffs so much in the last 15 years.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball, trailing by 5. And Williams, here we go, feeds it to Pachulia. Parsons on the wing. No good with the triple. Cavaliers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Smith, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Irving for 3. The Mavericks pull it in.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. Launches it. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Irving's got 5 now.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And Thompson sends it back. And LeBron with a clear path to the hoop. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Williams against Irving. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He has 6.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Irving from long. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That.
Okay, Dallas, now stepping out of the
We're going here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know.
Give it up.
The Cavaliers leading by 11. They've got Nowitzki. Chandler Parsons out there with Matthews. Then it's Devin Harris. And it's Barea in at the point guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Mavericks shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. The three-pointer no good.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
They set the screen. He got right to the cup using that screen.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation. Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
James wide open. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. LeBron's got the lead up to 13 now for the Cavs.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
Up top, Perea. They set the pick. The drive by Nowitzki. Good, and it's Perea who picks up the assist. 8 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Well, talking about the strength of LeBron now, we saw Michael Jordan do this too. It didn't. They paid a lot of attention to the bodies as they got older, and thus they became more sculpted. They looked more physical.
Exactly. Leaned up and altered their games a bit. Not nearly as high-flying, but just as potent and as effective.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Kicks to Love. Takes the three. Mavericks with the rebound.
Surprisingly, he hasn't really been a big part of their offense. I don't think he ever got into a rhythm.
Matthews, no one around him. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
To the paint, here's Love, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
Here's Felton. No good on the quick three. Tries again. The stupendous finish in traffic. Here's LeBron. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
That is a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Mavericks timeout called.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 8. 19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
Yep. You summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. We see the Cavaliers get the win here.
Thank you, Kevin.